Hi, and welcome to a Likely Story bookstore in Carroll County Public Library's Pajama Storytime. Tonight we have Sam Wedelich. Am I saying that right?
You are.
Okay. And who will be reading her new book, Chicken Little, The Real and Totally True Tale. Sam has also a special treat for us tonight, and she'll be drawing as well. Be sure to comment in the chat box and ask questions for Sam. We will get in as many as we can after her presentation. Also, please remember to sign up for the library summer reading program, Imagine Your Story, at library.carr.org. Sam's book tonight, Chicken Little and the Real and Totally True Tale, is available at a Likely Story right now. You can call or go to our website and purchase at www.sykesvillebooks.com. Don't forget to make your comments in the chat box. Sam is an author, cartoonist, illustrator, and designer. She lives in New York with her husband and children. Sam, we're so happy to have you with us tonight. Everyone, enjoy the story and don't forget to type in your questions. Go for it, Sam.
Hi. All right. I'm going to move my video. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be with you this evening, and I have a surprise special guest for us who is my very own little Chicken Little, and she has her sleeping mask on and she is ready for pajama story time. So put her back in her little sleeping bag, and I'm going to read you this book, which is Chicken Little, The Real and Totally True Tale. Who are you calling little? I am not little. I am petite. Little implies young and small. I'm not a baby. Babies are easily scared, and I'm not afraid of anything. Bunk. What was that? Hide! Is the coast clear? Nothing looks dangerous? Chicken Little looked low. Chicken Little looked high. Nada. Weird. There must be a reasonable explanation. It's not like the sky is falling. That's ridiculous. Or is it? What do you think? Hey, Sky, are you falling? Me? No. I am a blanket of gas held by the pull of gravity. I do not fall. That sounds like an excuse. Stuff falls from the sky all the time. Preposterous. Name one thing. Well, meteors, stars, rain, snow, hail. Usually you turn white or gray for that stuff, but who knows what you're capable of? Maybe you could start falling at any time. No, honestly, I'm fine. Chicken Little, what are you doing? Just checking in with the sky to make sure it's not falling. What? The sky is falling? Hey, wait! I didn't say, hey everybody, the sky is falling! Uh-oh. Back in the barnyard. The sky is falling! Run! 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 The sky is falling! Run! This is clucky chaos. It's utter pandemonium, and I started it, but how do I stop it? The sky is falling. Chicken Little brought in the fact-checking snipes, who were widely respected, but the horde of hens wouldn't stop to listen. Chicken Little tried to corral them in the coop so she could explain, but the chickens refused to be caged. We're free range! Run for the hills! Cut the fence! The sky is falling! Things really got out of hand when Chicken Little heard the hens chanting, "Cut the fence! Cut the fence!" There's the hills over there, and then the sign tells us fox lives that way, raccoon lives that way, coyote lives straight ahead. Uh-oh. Okay, first, never run with scissors, but more importantly, you can't cut the fence. There are actual predators out there. But the sky is falling! Oh, that's poppycock. Didn't anyone tell you not to believe everything you hear? I just got a bonk on the head and was investigating the source. A bonk? Ouch! Did it hurt? Did she say bonk? Oh, you poor dear. We'll need a bandage. Got it. Cluck, 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 cluck. I've got ice. Cluck, cluck, cluck. Check the pupils for dilation. Cluck, cluck, cluck. Honestly, I'm fine. And she was. See? I told you I wasn't afraid of anything. The end. So that is Chicken Little, the real and totally true tale. And now I'm going to get my drawing board out and I'm going to show y'all how to draw, or how I draw, Chicken Little. So I'm going to move my Chicken Little doll here. Come here. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. And then I have my board. All right. Hopefully y'all can see that. I'm gonna scooch all up. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. So if you want to draw along, that's great. If not, I'm gonna talk you through it, and you can watch this video again later if you have paper and markers or crayons or whatever you like to draw with. No big deal. The fun thing about drawing in a cartoon style is that most of the drawings are just pretty simple shapes that you probably already know how to draw. So like circles and lines and triangles. Let me show you what I mean. To draw a chicken's head, I draw a circle that's open at the bottom. And then to draw the body, I draw another circle at the bottom like this, that's smaller. And then the wings are a curvy line with bumps at the ends. I'll show you. So if she's saying hi, it's bump, bump, bump. Back in. 1, 2, 3. Chicken's legs are just really short little straight lines. 1 and 2. The boot is probably the most complicated, but I'm going to show you how to do it by breaking it down into smaller steps. A V with a straight line coming down, a line going back up, a curved line out, and a curved line back up. Let's do it again. A V, a straight line down, a line back up, a curved line out, and a curved line back in. One of the things that I learned when I was making this book is that this little part on the top of a chicken's head, I'll show you, right there, is called a comb. I didn't know that. Maybe you knew that. But if not, now you do. 1, 2, 3 bumps for the comb. I draw a chicken's eyes as just little round circles. Eyebrows, and then her beak is a triangle that's twisted over on its side. So I'm going to draw the base of it first, and then it goes out to a point and back in. I'm going to do a smile going up. I do some little dash lines. Where her feathers might go, and then since I have a red marker, I'm going to use it to draw her glasses. Really big. It's a circle, and another circle, and then the bridge, the part that connects the 2 lenses, is another straight line or little bent line, and then the arms that connect the glasses to her head are just little lines. And I'll color this in, and then I'll color this in. And that is how I draw Chicken Little. I'm going to show you 2 other short things really quick that I think are helpful. One of my favorite things about drawing in a cartoon style is that you can be really expressive with how you draw, and you can show a lot of emotion on your characters' faces, and it helps people know what they're feeling in the story. And Chicken Little feels a lot of feelings in the story, right? If you remember, she feels brave, and then she feels scared, and then she kind of gets curious and investigates what's going on, and then everything kind of goes haywire, and she gets a little bit flustered and kind of embarrassed. So she feels all kinds of different feelings, and I know I do too, and I'm sure you feel a lot of feelings too. It's totally normal. Sometimes you can even feel more than one feeling at the same time. So I was just going to draw 2 little extra chicken heads, one on each side here. Maybe, actually I'll do 3. One here and one here, to show you some different facial expressions and how I draw them on chicken. So to make a scared face, I'm going to make her comb stand straight up. I'm going to draw the eyes, big circles with big pupils. When you're scared, your eyes get really big. And then the eyebrows are going to start closer in at the top and go down and out like this, and they'll be real thick. And then if she's hollering, I'm going to open up her beak and put a triangle at the top and a triangle at the bottom, and I'm going to connect them with one line, connect them with another line, and color that space in between, and that's her open mouth. And then I'll draw her glasses, which are still big, but since her eyes are open so wide, it takes up more of that space. Okay, this is Chicken feeling scared. Let's do Chicken feeling super happy. So then we might do a little curvy comb. One of the other things I like to do when you're smiling, if you've ever noticed, if you're really smiley, sometimes your eyes close a little bit. So in cartoon world, we just do a half circle going up like this. And that kind of looks like really happy. And then I draw the beak in, and the opening in the beak, I'm gonna swoop it up for a nice smile. I'm gonna give her little eyebrows there. And I'll give her her glasses. 1, 2 circle, connect it. So she is feeling happy. And then maybe we should do Chicken, what do you think, mad? Maybe something didn't seem fair and she's frustrated. I've definitely felt that way before too. So for this one, I'm gonna make her comb be really bent to the side. I'm gonna give her those dot eyes, but this time, instead of the eyebrows tilting this way like they did for the sad face, they're gonna go in and down. I'm gonna draw her beak. She's gonna be frowning. She's mad about something, but that's okay. The best thing about doing a feelings check is knowing that your feelings change. They don't stay the same. You could feel this way, and in a little bit, you'll feel that way or that way. Anyway, those are just some short little tips on how I draw chicken. I hope that was fun and interesting for you, and you can take these ideas and draw your own chicken or any character that you want. That's it.
Thank you so much, Sam. That was great. And the emotions are so played out well in the story as well. So what a perfect time with everybody having to stay in and not being able to do a lot of things. Everybody has a lot of emotions right now. So it's a perfect time for this book as well. So thank you for that. We really appreciate it. We do have some questions for you. A couple things. As first, what was your favorite book as a child?
Oh, that's a good question. I really loved books by Roald Dahl, and I really liked the BFG a lot. Um, so.
So when creating a picture book, which is very different than creating a chapter book or a regular novel, what comes first, your pictures or your words?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's kind of a mashup for me. So the first place that I start is by imagining a character or characters. And in this case, it was drawing a lot of this chicken until she felt alive. And then it was just sort of spending time with her and thinking about who she was and what does she like to do and what's her personality like. And as soon as those things kind of happened on the page with the drawings, the words sort of tumbled out together all at the same time. So.
Oh, very good. We have Tracy has said that her children are really enjoying this story and activity, and it's a nice bedtime change up. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome.
And we have, do you have chickens? Is that why you drew Chicken Little?
Oh, I don't. My sister-in-law actually keeps chickens, and so I have been around them and have observed. My favorite thing about live chickens is that they look really hysterical when they're running, which I got to put in the story. Their necks go forward and their legs move really fast, but their bodies stay kind of still. It's pretty funny. But no, the reason that I wrote this book was actually based on the original folktale and the idea that folktale had in it, which the moral of the story is, as you heard, not to believe everything you hear. And I have children, and I just thought a lot about this time that we're living in and how we all get information and how do we know that that information is true or not. And I thought it would be really fun to take a classic folktale and retell it for this day and age and give families an opportunity to talk about these things together and come up with ways to investigate truth for themselves.
Oh, that's awesome. Very good. Today, there is so much art that is done digitally. This is from an art teacher, actually. And
Okay.
she is asking, how do you do your art? And do you have a preferred medium that you like to use?
Oh, that's a really great question. I actually do both digital and traditional when I'm working. I start all of my original character sketches still with pencil and paper. I think it's really hard for me to let go of that, even though I've spent most of my life on a computer. And so the final art for this book was done digitally on an iPad Pro. And it's, to me, it's sort of about the efficiency of it. That it's easier to make edits and change spreads when it's digital. It also just happens to work well with a cartooning style. I think if I was doing something more lush with texture, I could see doing a more traditional medium. But let me show you. Oh, here. This is my studio that I'm sitting in. I just did these little gouache and colored pencil drawings. Anyway, so I'm kind of working in every different thing. It's fun to keep it interesting.
And what did you do before you became an author? This is your first book, so what were you doing before this?
Yeah, I worked in window display and retail store design. And so I was doing large scale installation. I would be on top of 14-foot ladders, hanging huge sculptures. and doing window display in New York City, and then all over the country. I traveled a lot. And when I had my children, I realized that it was not so fun to be getting on an airplane and leaving them all the time. And so I was lucky enough to be able to choose to stay home with them. So I've been doing that for about 5 years, and in the process of that, got back into illustrating, which is something I had always kind of been doing on the side, and was able to do these books. So.
Isaiah and Christina loved the story, and they asked, does Chicken Little have any other name? I think she should be called Rosie because she looks like a Rosie.
I love it. She doesn't. No, she's just Chicken Little. But I think that you can nickname her whatever you want when you read.
Absolutely. And why did you pick a chicken as the main character?
I was sticking to the original folktale, which does have a chicken as the main character. However, I changed a couple things. So in the original folktale, Chicken Little is the one that's actually panicking and causing everyone else to panic. And in this one, she gets calm. She does panic, but she kind of calms herself down and is trying to figure out what's going on, and accidentally sets off a chain reaction of fear. And I also made it a girl because in the original folktale it's a boy.
And Lily likes her cowboy boots. Why did you put her in cowboy boots?
So I live in New York right now, but I am originally from Texas.
Oh,
We
okay.
take our cowboy and girl boots very seriously. So it was just an homage to my roots.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Any books on the horizon for you right now?
Yes. I get to show you guys a sneak peek. There's another chicken book coming. This is Chicken Little and the Big Bad Wolf. So, and here she is on the cover saying, "What wolf?" And I'll read you a little bit on the back, and then so it says, "Who's afraid of the big bad wolf?" And it says, "Everybody. He's big and bad and a wolf." And then option 2 is just Red Riding Hood and those 3 little pigs. And then option 3 is Chicken Little, and she says, "Stop! Don't even think about checking Chicken Little. Why isn't Chicken Little afraid? What's the difference between bravery and bravado? And just how big and bad is this wolf?" So, if the moral of this book is don't believe everything you hear, then the moral of this book is don't judge a book by its cover. So, yeah,
And
coming in January.
it's coming in January. So you can always pre-order it from us, and the library will have copies as well. And as we have said in the past, you can always call or order Chicken Little from A Likely Story.
Yes.
It is available, so it's beautiful. Lily is also saying that she loved the story. Thank you very much. And so thank everybody for joining us for our Pajama Story Time for tonight. Join us again for our next author events. Sam, you were wonderful, and
Thank you.
thank you, Chicken Little, also. We really appreciate it. And good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.